everybody, Jake here, Habitat Solutions. I've got the Weather Underground 10-day forecast out in front of me, and I wanted to talk about the next 9 to 10 days ahead of us as far as hunting conditions, and discuss what I feel just as important is what days to hunt, what days not to hunt. So here we are on Friday the 9th, and this morning was a good day, but you can see the temperatures are going to really get up into the mid-70s. The pressure is going to drop right off. The wind's going to pick up to 15 plus miles an hour straight out of the south, maybe a little bit of southeast. And really for the next couple of days, it's high temperatures, low pressure. Pressure drops right down. Sunday morning, our pressure does come up a little bit, with a temperature down to 50, so Sunday morning would be a good opportunity if you had a transition area. But this early in the season, I'd stay away from the food sources. Then again, the temperatures are not super high, but fairly moderate. We've got some rain coming in on Monday. You can see the barometer just drops right down really low. Temperature drops a little bit on Tuesday morning, with the barometer rising, so Tuesday morning would be an opportunity. Wednesday and Thursday, potentially, but I'd probably wait to the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because we've got lower temperatures and our pressures are higher. So when you have a small property that you've done all your work to and you've got your food plots and your bedding areas, the last thing you want to do is start entering every day or every couple of days, because the deer are going to figure you out in a really short amount of time. I also took a look at the Drury Outdoors Deer Cast, and it honestly does not show one good hunting day in the next 10-day forecast. So we've got Friday the 10th all the way through Saturday the 18th, and there are some bads, some poors, and a couple okays. Now, they look at all kinds of things. They look at the weather conditions, cloudy. They look at pressure. They look at not only moon position, but moon phase. They put a lot of categories in here to analyze. But in their opinion, they're saying for the next week, hunting's not going to be all that good. Then I also put together a list of the hunt-wise days, and what they do is they just show you how many deer. This is like two in an antler section on Friday the 9th, so that they're saying that's a better day than Saturday the 10th. But they're basically giving you the mornings. They're saying best times being mornings, and then best times being evenings, and back to mornings. So again, they aren't rating this really well this week. The app that I like to use a lot called Best Hunting Times, and we're looking at tomorrow, Saturday, October 10th, and it's giving you a 3-deer day, and it gives you your major feeding patterns and your minor feeding patterns. It likes to let you know where the moon rise, the moon set, the moon overhead and underfoot. They just call it transient. They give you one of them. And then you've got sunrise and sunset as well. And then Sunday, now they're knocking it down to a not as good a day. It's a 2-deer day, but again, major and minor feeding periods and moon times. Monday is a 1-deer day. That's about as bad as you see. Long Tuesday's a 1-deer day. Wednesday improves to a 3-deer day. Now what we're doing is we're moving into the dark period. The moon keeps getting smaller, so it's waning. And again, they're giving you the major and minor feeding times, and you can see that the moon rise and the moon set keeps getting closer and closer to sunrise and sunset. So as we get closer to the weekend, the Best Times app is telling you that it's going to be good hunting. So I thought I'd use the Weather Underground app to show you what made Friday, October the 2nd such a successful day from a hunting standpoint, and why it helped me make the decision to hunt that afternoon. So you can see we had a very cold start on Sunday morning, and it got up to the upper 40s, low 50s, and then it was going to drop right down in the evening. Our pressures were low to start with and were continually rising, stabilized a little bit about noon to 2 o'clock, fell a little bit, but then rose right in the evening, but it still was in that range. I like it in that 3.0203 to 3.3 range, and it was well within that. We had 60 to 70% cloud cover. The winds were 8 to 9 miles an hour out of the northwest, which makes getting into that afternoon food source really convenient for me. The day before, the winds were higher and stronger out of the west, so that's not a good wind for me to slip in and out of there. Deer could smell me in the bedding areas as I approached. So that's why I picked that day. So we're going to take a look at the Best Hunting Times app for Friday, October 2nd. That is the evening that I killed my nice buck last week. It's a 6-deer day. It gives you 2 major feeding periods, a little after midnight, and then in the middle of the afternoon, 1 to 3 p.m., 3:09 actually, and then 2 minor feeding periods. In the evening, just before dark and into dark, and then that first hour in the morning. Now, I killed that buck right around 7:28, 7:30. That is a half an hour from the moonrise position. So I have found that a rising moon or a setting moon on an afternoon food source has worked out really well. So this is why I use this Best Hunting Times app. It matches my hunting experiences a lot more accurately. And of course, all these apps are location specific, so be sure to plug in your zip code for the hunting area that you're focusing on. Now, if you've got MRI, most recent information, of a buck that you've targeted moving during daylight under these poor conditions, then I would try to put a plan together and work with the wind and see if you can do an evening or a morning hunt if you have those locations on the property. Otherwise, I still suggest try not to overhunt when the conditions are not favorable, because at the end, I'd like to see everybody be as successful as I've been the last 20 years. Good luck and good habitat.